Hey, I am Niekerk. This is a video for grade 9s on problem solving. We're looking specifically at direct and indirect proportion, discounts and VAT, and loans for today. So let's look at direct proportions. So this direct and indirect proportion refers to how two values relate to each other. All right. Now, if we have, let's call those two values x and y. So for direct proportion, x and y relates to each other in this way, that if we divide the two, we say x divided by y, the answer will be a constant number. All right. Okay, those two numbers that we have, if we divide them, the answer will be a constant number. So we can also say if x increases, then y will also increase. Right? They're directly proportional. If x will decrease, then y decreases as well. All right. If the one goes up, the other one will go up as well. If the one goes down, the other one will go down. All right, they are directly proportional to each other. So for example, example 1, if you walk 1 kilometer in 10 minutes, right, or then you'll walk 2 kilometers in 20 minutes, 3 kilometers in 30 minutes, and eventually you'll walk 10 kilometers in 100 minutes. All right, do you see that every time the distance, the kilometers go up, right, there's 1 kilometer, there's 2 kilometers. If it's 1 kilometer, it's 10 minutes, right? If you just multiply it with 2, okay, we see that, well, 1 times 2 is 2 kilometers, and 10 times 2 is 20 minutes, right? They are directly proportional. So the way that we can write this is like this. Let's write down the information that we have already. So this is what they give us. They say 1 kilometer will take 10 minutes. All right, 2 kilometers, 20 minutes. Let's skip the 3 kilometer one. Let's go to the 10 kilometers. Will take 100 minutes. All right. Now, using the formula that I just gave you for directly proportional, x divided by y will be a constant number. We can see that this information will fit exactly into that formula, and the answer will be the same every time. So we take the first number, the distance, divided by the minutes. So let's see, we're using, the distance is first, so 1 divided by the 10 is, well, if you use your calculator, you're welcome to do that. Let's see. If we have, so 1 divided by 10 gives us 1 over 10. All right, if you press SD, we get 0,1. Right, 0,1. Now let's see what happens with the 2 kilometers and the 10 kilometers as well. 2 kilometers divided by 20 minutes. Let's see what that is. 2 divided by 20 gives us, the same thing, 1 over 10 or 0,1. All right, this is not units, well, it's not a specific unit, it's just a constant number. All right, that's just to see that if they are all the same, then we know it's directly proportional. All right, the last one, let's just get this smaller or a bit out of the way. The last one, what was that, 10 kilometers? Divided by 100 minutes will give us, I'm putting it over here now. Let's see, 10 kilometers divided by 100 minutes, exactly the same, 1 over 10 or 0,1. All right, in that way we can see now that these values are directly proportional. All right. Because the answer for all of them are the same, 0,1, 0,1, and 0,1. All right, these are directly proportional. So let's look at indirectly proportional. So this will be the other way around. That the formula for indirectly proportional is now that if we take the two values that they give you, the x and the y, and you multiply them, not divide this time, if you multiply them, you'll get the constant number. Right. Okay, and the directly proportional, we divide. With indirectly proportional, we multiply. So if x increases this time, then y decreases. All right. The one goes up, the other one goes down. If x decreases, then y increases. So if the one goes down, then the other one goes up. All right. So it's opposite of each other. Right. So the example we have for this one is the following. Let's go until there. Right. An example. So let's say I ask two students after class or after school to pick up papers in the classroom, which takes them 10 minutes. So if there were 4 students, it would take them 5 minutes. How long will it take 10 students to pick up the papers in the classroom? All right. Let's just get the information again. That 2 students, I'm going to write it like that, 2 students takes, how many minutes did we say? 10 minutes. Right, two students takes 10 minutes. Then we said that 4 students will take 5 minutes. Why? Because there's double the amount of students picking up papers. Okay, so the job will be quicker. All right? If there's only 2 learners picking up papers, if you double that, then the time won't double. It won't take 20 minutes, right? It's 10 minutes now. If there's more hands picking up papers, it won't take double the time. Eh? It will take only half the time because there are more hands picking up papers, right? So do you see? If the one goes up, the other one will come down. This is now only half the time, 5 minutes. All right. Now the question is that how long will it take 10 students to pick up the same amount of papers? All right, so we have here now 10 students. So how long will it take them to pick up the same amount of papers? Right. Now we use this formula that I gave you with indirectly proportional. We say the two values that I give you, x and y, we multiply them. So let's do that. Let's see that 2 times 10 is equal to, you don't need a calculator for this, 2 times 10 is 20. Alright, this is not 20 any type of unit, it's just a constant number. It's to see that for all of these, when you multiply them, the answer should be the same. Right, then it's indirectly proportional. So 4 students times 5 minutes gives us, 4 times 5 is 20. Again, all right, we see that it's indirectly proportional. So now 10 students times how many minutes will also give us 20. Right, 10 times what is 20? What is that? 10 times? Yeah, I hope you got it. 10 times 2 is 20. All right. So in words, we can take this, let's get a different color here. We can take this is minutes, né? Because the first one is the amount of students. So the second one is the amount of minutes. So let's get this question mark away. So we take this 2, not that. We take this 2 over there. So it will take 10 students only 2 minutes to pick up all the papers in the classroom. All right, this is the calculation that you do. All right, you can solve this equation algebraically as well. But yeah, I hope you saw that 10 times what is 20. Well, then that what will be 2. I hope you saw that immediately. All right, that's indirectly proportional. Now let's go on to discount and VAT. Please make sure that you write down these notes in your textbook, in your exercise books. You have to have the notes and the examples, right? It's important, okay, for when you're doing your calculations. If I'm going too fast, then pause the video and go back or just watch the video again. But please make sure that you get all the videos, all the notes. All right, discounts and VAT. Right, remember VAT is 15%. VAT is a value added tax. So on basically everything that we buy, if you walk into a store, the price that you're paying for the item that you're buying, you're paying VAT on that already, right? The 15% VAT is included already, right? You don't have to go into a store and see, oh, a Coke costs 10 Rand, and then you have to add 15% to that 10 Rand still before you pay. Okay, you don't have to do that. The 15% VAT is added already. I hope you know that. Right. First example. Let's say, now we're talking from the store owner's perspective. All right. So this guy, he owns a store. And so we say a store owner wants to sell a bicycle for 3,200 Rand. But now, okay, he wants to sell it for that price, but then he still needs to add VAT of 15%. Right, so we're going to take the 3,200 and add 15% to it. Now, what will the final price be for the bicycle? All right, we're doing it as follows. So let's start with the 3,200 Rand. Okay, let's get a black color here. All right, 3,200 Rand. And we multiply it with 15%. All right, you can type it like that in your calculator, or you can say 15 over 100 if you want to, or let me just write that for you quickly. You can also say 15 over 100, right? That's also 15%, or you can say, well, 15% will also be 0.15, right? So you can use either of these three methods when you're typing into your calculator. You'll get exactly the same answer. All right. Let's get rid of that. Right, 3,200 multiplied by 15%. Let's see what we get. Right, here we are. So we have 3,200 times, so I'm going to use 0.15. All right, that's the same as typing in 15 and then the percentage sign. Then we get 480. All right, so this 480 is the, let's just write here, that is the VAT amount. All right, that's the tax VAT amount. So that 480 does not go to the store owner. All right, he has to send that on to the government. He's not taking it. Okay, you're paying it and he's sending it on. He's only getting the 3,200 Rand. Right. Now, the question was, what will the final price be for the bicycle? So now we take the price the store owner wants, plus the VAT that he has to send on to the government. Right, so we take the 3,200 Rand, add the 480. I'm sure you've done a question like this before, this type of calculation. All right, and then, so we can just add here 3,200, and we get 3,680. Right, please write your numbers neatly. All right, over here, the moment you have more than 900, okay, the moment you go onto thousands, then please have a gap between the thousands and the hundreds. All right, not a huge big gap, yeah, not a comma or a point or whatever, something there. Just leave a small gap there. All right, it reads more easily when we write it like this. All right, the same thing that when we go on to millions, then have your gap. So basically you're writing your numbers in groups of 3. All right, please do that. Right, so the price for the bicycle, the final price for the bicycle is 3,680. Okay, we can even write that. Therefore, we can say final price is 3,680. Right, there you are. Now, let's take this question further and say that during a sale, a customer, so the store owner has a sale in the store, right? During a sale, a customer comes into the store and wants to buy the bicycle. So now it's on a 30% discount. okay, because there's a sale, right? There's a 30% discount during the sale. So now we have to use the answer in number 1, so that answer, 3,680, to calculate the price the customer has to pay. All right, the final price that the customer has to pay. Let's just move up a little bit. Right, final price. So we take the 3,000, we start with that, 3,680. And we multiply with what? I hope you got it. We multiply with the 30%. Right, type that into your calculator. Let's see what we get. What was that? 3,680 times 30% is the same as 0,3. All right. That is, what is it? 1,104. 1,104. All right, that is 30% of the original price. Now, let's subtract that now, because this amount is the 30%. All right, that is the 30%. All right, now we subtract it. We start with the original amount, 3,680, minus the 1,104. What do we get now? Let's see over here. 3,680 minus 1,104. We get 2,576. 2,576. Right. Do you see I still write the number in groups of 3? Please do that. All right. So we can finish off the question thus. Let's say discounted price. Discounted price is now the 2,576. Oh, what a bargain. Okay, I think I'd buy that bike. All right, that is now discount and VAT. So let's look at loans. Right, let's go here to loans. So loans, we're working with interest over here. All right, so we have a formula that we're going to work with to calculate simple interest. All right, you can write down everything that's over here, including the formula. So the formula is in your textbook as well. It's the following, and I'm sure you've seen it also before. And we have simple interest is equal to PRT over 100. All right, so in the formula, simple interest, well, SI stands for simple interest, all right? I'm sure you got that. The P is the principal amount, all right? So it's the amount that we start with, the original amount, right? The amount at the beginning. The principal amount, R is for the interest rate, and T, well, T is for time, okay, time in years. So we're going to use this formula whenever we get a question. See, there's years, there's percentage, and then we can get the interest amount. So the first thing we do is we start writing down P, R, and T. All right. Every time you write down these unknowns that you have, or those ones that you have in the formula, P, R, and T. All right. Now from the question we see that the amount that he starts with is 2,540. Right. We start with that 2,540. That's the amount he starts with. R is the percentage, all right, the interest rate, so it's 5.5%, and T, the time, is 2 years. Right, now we start by writing down the formula, simple interest equal to, now we multiply them. Well, let's write down the formula first. Right, so we have 2,540 times 5.5, you're just writing it like this. Now you're not writing 5.5%. You're just writing the 5.5 as is. And it is over 2 years. Now this is over 100. So you type this into your calculator, then let's see what we get. Right, let's see. So we have 2,540. Let's just get a fraction there, right? Multiplied by 5,5 multiplied by 2. And it's divided by 100. So you see, you just type it as it is, as you've written it down. All right. And then equals. Then we have 279,4. 279,4. Right. This is the amount of interest. Right. That's only the interest. So now, if we just look at the question, calculate the simple interest on the 2,540. That's the simple interest. All right. So we can write there. Therefore, simple interest is 279 Rand 40. Right. Remember, it's currency, so you have to have 2 decimals over there. Right. Please pardon the rain. It's actually wonderful. Now, question 2 says, what amount does he have in the bank now? So this means we would have to take the original amount, the 2,540 that he started with, and add the simple interest that we just calculated. All right, that is the final amount that he would have in the bank now. Right, let's write it down. 2,540, and we add 279 Rand 40. So let's see what we get. You can type it in your calculator. We get 2,819 Rand 40. Right, that's the new amount that he has in the bank now. Alright, I hope you got that. Right, I'm going to stop here. Please make sure that you have this new book. So the last few things for problem solving, the profit and loss and budgets and accounts, are similar type of calculations. It's also to do with percentage, and I think you can go through that yourself. It's in your textbook on page 14 and 15. Right, so your homework will be the following. Exercise 1.4, page 16, numbers 7 to 13. Alright, please do that. So next week when you guys come to school, I want you to be done. So girls, you have to be done on Monday when you come to school. Boys, you have to be done on Tuesday when you come to school. Please make sure that you are done. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope your studies goes well, and I hope you enjoy your day.